What's going on, guys? It's been a little while since I made one of these. But hey, I'm back. Today we're doing something a little bit different again. We're going goose hunting. I've only done this a couple of times. It's so much fun. I have not killed a goose yet, and one of my friends is coming up to help me out with this. He's never shot a goose either, but we've learned a lot in the last couple of weeks and research and looking at YouTube videos and everything, and I'd like to bring you guys along for the ride. Current time is 5:18. I'm waiting for my friend Tyler to show up, and when he gets here we will get out as soon as possible. We've got an A-frame, we've got some lay-down blinds, and we've got about 24 decoys. So not a whole lot going on, but see you later. So it's been a little minute. We've heard some, but we haven't seen much. This is the spread we got going right now. We got a whole clump right here. Looks like a flock, and then we've got like a couple family groups there coming in. Here's our blinds. And this is our intended X right here. That the center of this spot's about 20 yards from us. It may look farther on the camera, but we've got a river right behind us. So I don't feel so bad about being this close to some cover, and we're plenty far away from the rest of the woods line here, but we still don't exactly know what they're doing. Alright, so this morning didn't really work out. I don't think we have figured out their migration, or not migration, their flying patterns quite yet, but we think that it may still be a good afternoon spot. So we're thinking we're just gonna pick up the decoys, put them in the laydowns, leave the laydowns here, and come back this afternoon. All right, evening hunt. Just saw our first feed come over. Are you like just gonna not even wear camo? No. Fair enough. I got a camo. Okay. We got 3 guys now, so I gotta sit in between these right here, but we'll make it work.
So yeah, like 20 just flew over.
Yeah, we had a complete V,
Mom
but
was making dinner, we couldn't get out.
All right, so as you can tell, that weekend was kind of a bust. It's actually the following Friday. Basically, here's what's going on. Up until the last couple of weeks, I'd never even goose hunted before. And this year, my friend and I just decided, you know what, screw it. We're gonna get the waterfowl stamps and give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It's crazy. It's a lot of action. A lot more than I caught on camera. The last weekend was not very eventful, but the one before, we saw a lot of birds and we actually got some shots off at them. Our main issues are, well, pretty much everything that you need, all the pieces that you need to have a successful waterfowl hunt have not fallen into place. One, and probably the most important one in my opinion, is we don't have the places to hunt. We do have some land that we're able to hunt on, and I'm very grateful that we're allowed to have it, but the geese really aren't going there, so it essentially comes down to us trying to traffic the birds into the area outside of their flight path. So this weekend I'm gonna try to work on getting permission from a few other local local farmers that'll allow hunters, and hopefully we can get into some better fields. Another issue that I've been having is my calling. Goose calling is not easy. Anyone that says it is easy has been doing it for a long time, because as a beginner, let me tell you, it is freaking hard not to make this squawk like a chicken. This call is by Buck Gardner. It's an injection molded plastic call. It's nothing fancy. It's been pretty hard not to make it squawk, as you heard probably. I don't even know how much of last weekend I'm gonna show you guys, but I've practiced a lot on it, and I've got to the point where I can usually hit the low note on this. One second, I gotta change lanes. Alright, so anyways, what I was saying, I've gotten to the point where I can hit the lowest note this call can do, which is still pretty high for a goose. Let's see if I can do it now. It's very hard to get that note, because if you mess up your air pressure even slightly, It goes, and sometimes you get that. This is a very squeaky call, at least it has been for me, and I know it's not all the call's fault, because I'm obviously a beginner goose caller, but I feel like there has to be easier calls that can make it a little easier for me to learn on, because this one's been pretty tough. I can make some okay sounding calls, and I'm sure from a distance it actually sounds pretty fine, but the consistency isn't there. So honestly, that's a lot of what I'm doing while I'm driving, is I'm practicing that call, practicing just getting that note. I'm honestly most of the time just hitting that bone. I'm not even adding clucks or any little weird sounds that geese actually make. I'm just getting that low honk sound. I'm on my way home. I'm gonna do some more scouting. I may bring you along with me, we'll see. But hopefully we'll find some better fields or just figure out where the birds are. The migration has started. It's slowly getting going. The birds that we were calling to last weekend actually were new birds in the area, and the resident birds have moved on. So I don't know, maybe the fields that we've got are gonna start becoming gold, because they are pretty good fields, and I do see geese in them, usually in the later season. But we will have to just wait and see. So I'm driving around on the back roads, and I'm seeing some pretty promising stuff. There are some pretty big cornfields back there, and on my left side we're driving along a river. You can't exactly see it through the woods, but it pokes out every now and again, and I've actually been seeing some ducks in the water. It's still quite a struggle just to find these birds, figure out what they're doing. I don't know what the heck they're doing. The corn still has not been cut, so I'm kind of preemptively scouting for that, because once the corn's cut, I know for a fact that that's going to be a hot spot, especially for the migrating birds when they come in big flocks, because they're going to want food. Okay, so here we're actually coming up to the fields we have permission on. So here's the river right here. This field we do not have permission on, but the one across the river we do, and that's actually the one that we were hunting on with the lay down blinds earlier on in the video. There definitely are not geese in that field right now. So I don't exactly think they're landing around here. I think they're flying somewhere to something. I just can't figure out what it is. And I have not seen any up in the air yet. And this is about the time of day that we were hunting last weekend. So I found the feed. I don't know if you can see here, but this is the land that we do actually have permission on. But this pond we cannot hunt because, one, it's so close to this house, and two, there's some lights here that people have shot out in the past. But that is a massive feed of geese. Holy crap. Well, those are the ones we're looking for, and I found them. So these are actually my grandparents. So I'm gonna go in and talk with them a little bit and see if these guys decide to fly off a little bit and then follow them. It seems like quite a lot of them are eating, which means that whatever the heck's in, like, the fields are literally this. It's just grass. There's nothing planted in those fields. So whatever they're eating, they're finding what they need right now from just hay fields. I guess we'll need to just see if they end up flying. Current time is 5:20, and they're still on the ground. All right. Current time is 6:01. I've been here just watching these birds. They started on this kind of grassy patch up here, moved across the lawn a bit, up into the sunlight over here, and then they just barely all got up in the air and landed back in the pond. And I don't know if you can hear them, but they're pretty vocal right now. I think they might be roosting on this pond. The sun should be down in another hour or two, and honestly, they look pretty comfy there. I think I'm gonna have to come back earlier tomorrow and see where they come here from. Okay, I just found a V in the air of about 40 birds maybe. Luckily the road I'm on is heading in kind of the same direction they're going, so I'm gonna try to catch up to them. This is what I'm looking for right here. That is the mega pile. This is nuts. Look at this. They're right overhead. Those ones were just within shooting distance. They just did a full circle right over this field. I do want to see what they find. My options as far as driving are pretty limited because I've got a giant river on the right side of me here. Hopefully we'll catch up to them and figure out where they go. Found the field. It's this big one right here. Well, guess we gotta go see if we'll be allowed to hunt it. Alright, so this field behind me that's full of geese, I just talked to the landowner and we do have permission to hunt there. So that's awesome. I'm going to now confirm whether or not those are the geese that were just barely at the pond, because I don't know for sure. I left because it looked like they were roosting there, and then all of a sudden there were geese in the air heading from that direction this way. So I followed them, found where they landed. I'm so stoked. Somehow this is working out. But I've got to head back down to the pond now because I want to see if that was a different flock that flew over, maybe a chunk of that flock, what have you. I don't exactly know what or who those geese are. Alright, so let's take a look. No way. The pond is empty. That's where they're going. I just got permission on the field that these geese went to. I caught them in the air, followed them through zigzagging roads and back roads back here through the woods, and found the field they landed on. We got permission to hunt it. Things are falling into place here, ladies and gents. This is pretty cool. I guess at this point there's not a whole lot else to do until the next hunt, so I will see you there. Oh, good morning. Local time is 5:56. We're not in the field that we got permission to hunt earlier on in the video. Today we're in a field that's on the way to the pond from this big marsh down here where I believe the roost is. It's about maybe 2 miles down. Fingers crossed, hopefully we'll see some birds. Although the evening hunt is what we're more looking forward to. Wish us luck.
Now they're going away from us. So they're coming, they like went over the pond.
Okay.
They headed straight for us, and then they did a hard turn.
You probably could have tried to take him.
Where is he now?
He went back where he came from.
Don't move, we got two.
I don't see him.
They're coming in. I'm taking it.
Frick. They were way too high.
What? No.
Oh.
That was lower than the other one was.
Yeah, it was. But a little out of range. I thought you said there. I thought you meant like they were landing. If you can, wait till they're like almost on the ground or on the ground. Best chance we got.
Ready, Ryan?
No. Hold on. Where are they? Oh, I got the first one. I got that first one. Oh, I got it. I got it. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Holy crap. That's my first goose right there, ladies and gents. More on the way. Pick up your shells too if you can find them.
Okay. They're coming. They're coming. There's the goose.
Sick. Holy crap. Hold on.
You want to wait for these guys to land, or?
Yeah, wait for one to touch down.
One. Right now.
Got it. Call to them. They're coming back. They're coming back over. Load up. Load up. Got it. Woo! I just got 2 from that. Get back down. Get back down. More coming. We need to thank these people royally. Oh yeah. It didn't freaking matter. You wanna go see if we've got any stragglers?
Yeah.
I killed that one, and then I shot one.
I shot one over here. And
yeah. That one's done. That's a honker, ladies and gents. Oh, holy crap! There's more of these nuts.
Hey, don't look at him.
What?
Don't look at him.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Don't.
I see him. I see him.
They come back around.
Yep.
Wait.
Wait for it.
Wait. First round. Wait 1 second.
Give him a comeback. Give him a comeback. I think they landed next to us.
I'll take a quick peek.
Yep, they all landed next to us.
Yeah, they're on the ground next to us. Do you want to stand in? No, they're too close together.
Yeah.
Do you want to run at them?
I'll run to the right. Hopefully they'll push to the left and you can hit some.
On the count of 3, okay? Ready?
Alright, I'm going to the right outside of this blind, so don't.
I'm going to the left.
Okay.
1, 2,
Yep.
3.
Nope. Got one. Go get him. Go get him. Got it. Nice. How you feeling there, big guy?
Huh?
How you feeling?
Good.
So what do we have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So we got 5 down? We're literally laying in a hayfield.
They've probably been shot at like 3 times by now.
Yeah. What do you think, puppy? Pretty cool. So you know, this is both of our first geese. This is absolutely nuts. I want to thank my buddy Tyler for helping me out. All the decoys were his and the blinds. So
My first goose too, though, so
Yeah,
that was
but-
pretty neat.
this is a complete team effort. So we're gonna take care of these guys, and hopefully this is the first of many this season. All right, guys. So as you can tell, this weekend was a success. This was an amazing experience for me. I shot my first goose. My friend Tyler shot his first goose in the same moment, essentially. It's just amazing seeing how all the hard work can come together. For the past few weeks, we have been researching, trying to learn, watching YouTube videos, getting out in the field, getting experience, all the weeks of scouting, looking for the fields, understanding how the geese move. All of it finally came together. Finally, we ended up with birds on the ground, and this makes this one of the most rewarding hunting experiences I have ever had. I am so grateful to the landowners that let us hunt on their field. I owe a big thank you again to my buddy Tyler, who he had all the gear. If you're wondering any of the gear that we were using, Tyler, my buddy, was using a little bit more of a conventional setup. He had a Stoker M3500. I believe he had a modified choke, and he was shooting triple BBs with 3.5-inch shells. That definitely put them down pretty well. My gun was an 870. As you could tell, I had some ejection issues. It was kind of a fixer-upper gun that I'm still working on, and I've got most of the kinks worked out, but it still has that one issue with the ejection every now and again. It is a 870 Express model, so the chamber can only take 2 3/4-inch shells max. So I had to shoot 2 3/4-inch shells only, and the barrel that I have on it was not the one that came with it. It was a separate fixed modified choke barrel, and it wasn't mine. I was borrowing it, so I wasn't exactly sure what type of shot it could take, and I didn't want to mess it up, because steel shot obviously can mess up chokes. I went for a lower size shot, so I went with number 2 shot. It also gave me a higher pellet count. Definitely didn't have the range of like BB or triple BB would, but for that last evening hunt, it reached down and touched them when I needed to. So don't think that you need a really nice semi-auto shotgun with 3.5-inch shells and BB or triple BB shot to down some geese. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping to upgrade my gun for next season. I don't think I'll shoot 3.5-inch shells, probably 3-inch with BB. But you don't need it, clearly, because I just downed, well, we collectively downed 5 geese. It's unclear. I haven't exactly looked at the footage of who shot what. I think we both hit one twice, and we both shot 2 on our own. But 2 3/4-inch shells with number 2 shot will kill a goose. This was absolutely an amazing hunt. I'm so happy things worked out this well, but this is just the beginning. If you like this one, make sure to leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Also, comment on this video. Anything you see, if you could give me any tips, anything helpful, I really appreciate it. This is completely new hunting to me, and I'm gonna be hopefully doing a lot more of it this year. So any help will be appreciated. I also want to announce that I'm currently on the Ducks Pro staff. If you are familiar with that company, I'm sure anyone who watches waterfowl hunting on YouTube is familiar with that company. So you'll probably be seeing a little bit of that. One thing about this channel is I really don't want to sell it out at all. That's not my thing. I'm about the action. I'm about the hunting. I'm about, you know, new experiences, the adventure. And I hope that comes out in this video, because it was really quite an adventure, quite an experience to get this done. So anyways, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm trying to get to 300 at least by the end of this season. Guys, this was awesome. Again, I say, this is just the beginning. I will see you next time. Peace. And yes, we ate the geese. And yes, it was delicious.